Welcome to Night Coffee Crime, where we explore stories that captivate, challenge, and provoke thought. Today's story takes us to the remote North Sentinel Island, home to one of the most isolated tribes in the world. This forbidden island became the destination of a young missionary, John Allen Chau, whose unwavering faith led him to an encounter that cost him his life. What compelled a 26-year-old adventurer to risk everything for a tribe that fiercely resists outsiders? Who are the Sentinelese people, and why have they remained untouched by modern civilization for tens of thousands of years? This is the story of John Allen Chau, a tale of ambition, faith, and the fragile balance between connection and isolation. John Allen Chau was born in Alabama but spent most of his childhood in Vancouver, Washington. Growing up amidst the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, he developed a deep love for the outdoors. His sense of adventure was first sparked when he discovered a copy of Robinson Crusoe in elementary school. The story of a man surviving on a remote island stirred his imagination and planted the seeds of a dream to explore the unknown. Raised in a devout Christian household, Chau's faith was not just a belief system but the guiding principle of his life. He attended Vancouver Christian High School, where he was known for his outgoing personality and devotion to his faith. Classmates often recalled his adventurous spirit and his passion for helping others. After graduating high school, Chau attended Oral Roberts University, a conservative Christian institution in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The university's strict moral code, prohibiting smoking, drinking, and premarital relations, shaped Chau's worldview and reinforced his commitment to living a life dedicated to God. During his college years, Chau participated in missionary trips to Israel and South Africa, gaining valuable experience in cross-cultural ministry. But these experiences were only preparation for what he considered his ultimate mission, to bring Christianity to the Sentinelese people. North Sentinel Island, part of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands territory, is one of the most remote and mysterious places on Earth. The island is home to the Sentinelese tribe, a community that has lived in isolation for tens of thousands of years. The Sentinelese are estimated to number around 100 people. Their language, customs, and way of life remain largely unknown to the outside world. Despite their isolation, the Sentinelese are not unaware of the modern world. Over the centuries, they have repelled numerous outsiders with hostility. In the late 1800s, British colonizers captured 6 Sentinelese individuals, 2 adults and 4 children. The adults soon died of illness, likely due to their lack of immunity to common diseases, and the traumatized children were returned to the island. This tragic encounter set the tone for all future interactions. Attempts to contact the tribe in the 20th century often ended in failure or violence. In 2006, 2 Indian fishermen were killed by the Sentinelese after their boat drifted too close to the island. As a result, the Indian government declared North Sentinel Island off-limits, enforcing strict laws to protect both the tribe and outsiders. John Allen Chau's fascination with North Sentinel Island began in high school. To him, the Sentinelese represented an untouched community that had never heard the message of Christianity. He saw it as his divine calling to bring the gospel to them, referring to the island as Satan's last stronghold. By 2018, Chau had made multiple trips to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, familiarizing himself with the region and its cultures. In October 2018, Chau arrived in Port Blair, the capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, on a tourist visa. While staying in a local hotel, he began planning his approach to North Sentinel Island. Understanding the risks, he sought assistance from local fishermen, paying them $325 to transport him close to the island. Chau's training with All Nations, a missionary organization based in Kansas City, Missouri, had prepared him for the dangers he might face. However, he also understood the potential consequences of his actions, both for himself and the tribe. On the night of November 14, 2018, Chau and the fishermen set out under the cover of darkness to avoid detection by Indian authorities. At dawn on November 15, he paddled a kayak toward North Sentinel Island, shouting greetings to the Sentinelese from a distance. As he approached the beach, several tribe members emerged from the jungle, their faces painted yellow and armed with bows and arrows. In his diary, Chau described the encounter. "My name is John. I love you, and Jesus loves you." The response was immediate and hostile. The Sentinelese raised their bows, and Chau hastily retreated, throwing fish and other gifts onto the beach as a peace offering. Later that day, he returned to the island, this time attempting to engage with the tribe more directly. He sang worship songs and preached from the Genesis. However, the tribe's reaction was far from welcoming. A young boy shot an arrow that struck the waterproof Bible Chau was holding. Forced to abandon his kayak, Chau swam nearly a mile back to the fisherman's boat. Despite the danger, his resolve remained unshaken. On November 16, Chau made his final approach to North Sentinel Island. This time, he asked the fishermen to drop him off alone, knowing the risks but believing his mission was worth the sacrifice. He wrote in his diary, "You guys might think I'm crazy and all this, but I think it's worth it to declare Jesus to these people. Please don't be angry at them or at God if I get killed." Chau disappeared into the jungle, leaving the fishermen to wait anxiously offshore. The next morning, they saw Sentinelese tribespeople on the beach, burying what appeared to be a body. From the silhouette and clothing, they believed it was Chau. The news of John Allen Chau's death sparked global debate. Many criticized his actions as reckless, arguing that he had endangered not only himself but also the Sentinelese, who could be exposed to deadly diseases from contact with outsiders. Others viewed him as a martyr, sacrificing his life for his faith. Chau's family released a statement expressing forgiveness for the Sentinelese and urging authorities not to prosecute those who had assisted him. His father, however, blamed extreme Christianity for leading his son to take such risks. Indian authorities arrested 5 fishermen, a local tourist guide, and a friend of John Allen Chau's for assisting his illegal journey to North Sentinel Island. These individuals reportedly helped Chau by transporting him close to the island despite its restricted status under Indian law. Indian authorities faced a dilemma: retrieving Chau's body could provoke further hostility from the tribe and risk spreading disease. Ultimately, they decided to leave the island undisturbed, respecting the Sentinelese people's isolation. John Allen Chau's story is a complex and polarizing tale. For some, he represents the epitome of faith and dedication, a man willing to risk everything to fulfill his calling. For others, his actions reflect a lack of respect for the autonomy and well-being of the Sentinelese people. The Sentinelese, meanwhile, remain a mystery. Their fierce resistance to outsiders is a testament to the fragility of their way of life, a culture that has endured for millennia but could be shattered by a single virus or act of aggression. The story of John Allen Chau raises profound questions about faith, cultural preservation, and the limits of human connection. Should we respect the isolation of uncontacted tribes, or is it our duty to share the modern world with them? What are your thoughts on this extraordinary story? Was John Allen Chau a courageous missionary or a misguided adventurer? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching Night Coffee Crime. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories.